So you probably clicked on this video because you're getting bored of vanilla GTA Online and you want to try out something new. Maybe you want more customization for your characters and vehicles. Maybe you want to try out new jobs and activities that simply aren't available if you go with Rockstar's default offering. And I get it, it's 2025 and GTA Online simply doesn't have the charm and intrigue of its glory days now that everything has been figured out and Rockstar is struggling to release meaningful updates to keep things fresh. But you don't have to wait until GTA 6 drops to have some fun, because I've got an alternative right here in this video. Grand RP is something that I've been playing for a while now, and it is the single most popular roleplay server for GTA Online with tens of thousands of registered users, and the best thing about it is that you don't have to pay for an application. There's no whitelisting process, and anyone can download the client and start playing right away. Oh, and by the way, you don't have to worry about cheaters and griefers. Just because this is a free entry server doesn't mean that it's not policed. There are always mods checking player activity 24/7, and if you spot someone messing around or breaking the immersion for other roleplayers, you can report them, which will land them in jail if found guilty, and permaban if they commit a repeat offense. But with all that said, let's talk about how you too can start playing Grand RP, because it's actually very easy to get into. Alright, the first thing you'll need to do is visit the official Grand RP website, gta5grand.com, where you can register an account with your email address and name. And if this is your first time, you can click the registration box at the top right of the page, and it will ask you if you have a licensed copy of GTA 5. The reason for this is that you can't use Rockstar's online functions without a genuine game copy, meaning you can't play Grand RP if you have a pirated game. Some people still have pirated versions of GTA 5 to this day because they're only interested in the single player story, or they simply can't afford the full thing. But the good news is that GTA 5 can frequently be found on sale, and the enhanced version is being offered on Steam right now with a 50% discount at the time of making this video, so you shouldn't have too much trouble buying a copy if you don't already own one. And this goes without saying, but as of right now and probably for the foreseeable future, roleplay servers are likely to be a PC only thing because consoles operate in a closed software environment with zero room for modding, so you can't really run tools like 5M or Rage multiplayer. So once you click yes on the question page, it will take you to the registration page where you enter your in-game name, and there are two parts to this: a first name and a last name, just like real life, because in Grand RP, you're role-playing and names need to be somewhat believable, so don't use something weird like Juggalo Sephiroth 69420. Now, I'm not saying you should use your real name, but think of a character that you would want to play and go with that. Next, you'll enter an email and password, just like you do on any other website or app, and when you download the launcher, make sure you have your email and password handy, because without it, you can't log in, and if you enter an incorrect password 3 times, you will get locked out of the app. Don't use throwaway emails here, use one that's active and that you use so that you don't have issues with recovering your account if you forget the password in the future. Now, after you've entered your in-game name, email, and password, make sure to select the right server. You should choose whichever one is closest to you, but personally, I play on English server number 1, and if you join in on this server, you'll also be able to access my family home along with the rest of the Hazard gang. With registration now complete, you should see a landing page with the download button, so click that, download the launcher, which should be around 214 megabytes in size, and install the Grand RP app on your PC. And once you open it, you will see a select server section with the number of active players listed next to each one, so select a server and click on the play button. Give it a minute for Rage multiplayer to load in all the data if this is your first time launching Grand RP, and in my case, when I installed Grand RP for the first time, I accidentally put in a different drive partition from where I had installed GTA 5, so it hit me with an error message saying that it can't find the game. If this happens to you, don't worry, you can manually select the folder where GTA 5 is installed, and with Steam, you can find your game files by right-clicking on GTA 5, selecting Manage, and Browse Local Files. And if you have GTA 5 on the Epic Store, well, good luck, because as of right now, there is no way to view the install folder directly through the Epic launcher, so you'll have to actually search your drive for a folder called GTA 5. And if you think this is dumb, well, I'd like to remind you guys that the Epic Store didn't even have a shopping cart at launch, and they made a big deal out of it when they finally added this basic feature to their store in 2021. Thankfully though, you can still view the default install directory by going to your Epic Launcher settings and selecting downloads and installs, and here you'll find the GTA 5 installation folder, and once you do, you can reopen Grand RP's search window and point it to the install directory. Sometimes it will continue showing you the error message, but just click cancel and it will automatically start downloading the server assets. There's about 17 gigabytes of stuff in there, so give it a while. Now with the launcher installed and all Rage MP assets downloaded, you're now ready for the final step, which is logging into Grand RP. RP. Just enter your email and password and you'll launch GTA 5 online with the Rage multiplayer mod applied, and it will take you straight into the Grand RP hotel where you'll be greeted by everyone's favorite receptionist, Olivia. And if for some reason GTA 5 gets stuck in a loading loop before you get to the starting screen, just simply close out and restart the game. However, before you start doing any kind of work on Grand RP, you'll need to first create your own unique character. There are a ton of customization options on this server, similar to a full-fledged RPG like Baldur's Gate 3 or Cyberpunk 2077, so go crazy, enjoy yourself, and create the best looking character that matches your in-game personality. You can modify facial features, skin tone, physical build, and hairstyles, so take your time and create a character who doesn't look like a complete fool, but even if you mess it up, you can always rework your appearance by spending some in-game money, so it's not that big of a deal. From here, you take your first step into a giant world by stepping out of the hotel room and into the lobby, but you can make things a lot easier for yourself by joining an established family when you get started, because that way you'll gain access to the family house as well as some extra vehicles. Go to the receptionist in the lobby and select the I want to join my family option when you talk to her. Then you can search for my family, which is called Hazard Gang, and here you can take on jobs with the rest of the family and gain ranks. The more businesses a family manages, the higher it will be ranked on the global scoreboard and the more money it will make, so make sure that you join Hazard Gang so we can climb the ladder together and take over the world of Grand RP. Alright, so now you've logged in, you've joined a family, but what jobs should you do? Because making money in Grand RP is nothing like regular GTA Online. Over there, you can easily make millions of dollars in a day if you grind Cayo Perico or warehouses or other businesses, but on Grand RP, you'll have to make do with more humble beginnings before you get into the big leagues. But honestly, it's not that bad because the economy of Grand RP is balanced around this fact. It's a tightly controlled market where players can set prices for certain items, including businesses, through player-organized auctions, and the salaries for different jobs are constantly being monitored by admins to ensure that no one profession is way more lucrative than the others, because then everybody will start spamming that one job and the game will get boring really fast. And as a beginner, what you should be doing your first time is renting out a scooter in the front of the hotel and driving to the electric substation where you can fix some transformers to get your first paycheck. You can also work the oil fields or farms if you want some cash early on, but don't think of joining a gang just yet. That will come later. Also, as you work different jobs, your skill level will increase in that job and you'll make higher bonuses. For example, if you work as a fireman and extinguish a certain number of fires, you'll hit level 2, and then you can extinguish even more fires to hit level 3, and so on. With each new level, your payout will increase, and you'll be able to afford better items. You can always check which jobs are paying the most by opening the My Job tab from the event menu, which is accessed by pressing M on your keyboard, and here you can see the current payout category for each job. Low, average, high, etc. But be warned that as a newcomer, you likely won't have access to any high-paying jobs right out of the gate. At this stage, if you want to access cool stuff like exotic cars and clothing without having to go through the grind, you can always purchase a few grand coins from the shop. Not that I recommend doing so, but it is an option if you'd like, and honestly, you shouldn't have too many issues with cash flow as long as you log in daily and do a few tasks. In fact, the game rewards you with a cash bonus just for playing regularly, and every 10 days you'll get an extra reward on top of your login bonus. So just log in and play for free if you don't want to spend IRL money, you'll still have cash to buy stuff. Next, you'll want to get your driver's license and insurance if you buy a starter vehicle like the scooter. To get your driver's license, you'll have to pass a basic driving test, which is obviously a lot easier in a video game than in real life, so you can get your license and have some fun at the same time. Just take care not to blow up the car or damage it too much, because then you'll be in trouble. The game will also give you a sweet Lamborghini as an onboarding present, limited time only, so you lose it as soon as you log off, but it's just a small taste of what you can drive in Grand RP. There are over 300 cars in this game, many of them identical copies of popular models from brands and manufacturers like BMW, Bugatti, Ferrari, Porsche, etc. So look around and see if you can snag yourself a sweet ride. Just don't try stealing them, because unlike vanilla GTA, there are no NPCs in this game, so every car is player owned, and you will go to prison if you try and mess around with someone's ride. I know, Grand Theft Auto is the name, but you can't steal. It's pretty ironic, but don't fret it too much because you'll be able to earn money through illegal means as well. But for now, just focus on doing your daily and weekly tasks from the checklist and working your way up the ladder on the server. By the way, don't forget to pick up your free package from the NPC at the post office. It does contain a bit of cash to help you out in the early stages of the game. But anyways, that's all I have for you in today's video. This is how you can start your Grand RP career, and as you can see, it's very simple. Just register, download the launcher, and start playing. The tricky part is figuring out which jobs to do at the start and what to buy, but as long as you log in daily and do your designated tasks, you will have no trouble saving up cash for some sweet cars and businesses in the future. Anyways, don't forget to drop a like on this video if you found it informative, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more content like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, adios amigos.